We continue to see the effects of Leslie going through the United States. There are three systems out there: Nadine, which is weaker, and Leslie, which is speeding east towards the Canary Islands. You can just see it here, Leslie as a hurricane, but it is set to weaken as it gets closer to the island chain. But we'll start basically with Michael, which is set to be over open waters as you go through Friday morning, still as a tropical storm, and then eventually weakening to an extratropical low. In fact, there's some dry air and cooler air beginning to come into the center of Michael, and that will likely make its transition from a tropical system to an extratropical as it goes through. But nevertheless, still expecting some of the heaviest rain to still be pushing out towards the areas of Richmond, out towards Virginia, and then up towards the DC area as well, with flash flooding and gusty winds. Meanwhile, the winds around Nadine have weakened substantially and will begin to continue to weaken as it encounters some upper level winds there, the jet stream unfavorable for the development of Nadine. Out towards the north, we do have a Hurricane Leslie, which is making a speeding track towards the east, and it is set to possibly threaten the Madeira as well as the Canary Islands. So obviously they'll be watching this quite closely, even though it will gradually weaken as it goes to the next few days. But for Trinidad and Tobago, we've been seeing the occasional clouds are pushing through. Most of the activity, however, is towards the north. We'll still see a bit of convergence of some of that moisture around the western areas of Trinidad, but overall conditions should be drying out as we go through the next few days. So for Tobago then, just the occasional shower likely during the early part of your morning. As the daytime heating kicks in, you'll notice a lot of the clouds beginning to build from the southeast, that is around Canaan, as well as up towards Scarborough. A few showers will continue as you go through the afternoon. For Trinidad tonight, a mostly settled night, barring a couple of the showers around San Fernando out towards Point Fortin, as well as along the hillsides. But once we get into Friday morning, it will be a hot, sunny start for quite a few of you, and then the clouds will build as usual, especially around those western areas. So there's where you will likely see the likelihood of a shower that could turn thundery around Port of Spain and Diego Martin. But elsewhere, just occasional showers in between the sunny spells. So what does this mean temperature-wise? Looking at a high of 33 degrees Celsius in Trinidad tomorrow, 32 likely in Tobago. It will feel just around like 38 degrees Celsius for the most part, so there could be a very high UV index as well. Now through Saturday and Sunday, there will be even more sunshine across Trinidad and Tobago, so the UV index will likely climb as well as the temperatures. 32 likely by Sunday in Tobago, and 34 expected in Trinidad and Tobago through the weekend as well. So if you're heading to the beaches, that long northeasterly swell continues at 12 seconds. A few white caps, 1.5 to 2 meters for the most part, and that will continue with east-southeasterly winds moderate at 15 knots. So obviously you'll be seeing some spray around the further east you head. There's only one low tide at noon. Now for the central Caribbean, they've been watching a lingering trough around Jamaica, tied to an area of low pressure towards the south, and that will continue to bring some instability through Friday. The likelihood of some thunderclouds that could turn heavy as well as you get towards the Dominican Republic and Haiti. So 33 degrees Celsius for Port-au-Prince, 31 for Santo Domingo, and 31 under some thundery clouds for Kingston. But for the Lesser Antilles, it's mostly settled, but watching the moisture gathering around Barbados once more, as well as for Dominica and St. Lucia. Further to the north, it should be drier and brighter once you get past St. Kitts, but there will be some welcome rain for Antigua as their severe drought continues across there. So for at least for us, partly sunny with a few brief showers, but still feeling quite hot. That's your weather, and that's it for me.